SMCI, Super Microcomputer. We were talking about this name very recently where I was talking about that the stock being in the range and in general semiconductors waiting for NVIDIA's earnings. Well, today, overall market breaking out on CPI headlines and basically market getting excited about the rate cut possibility of sooner rate cuts in September. And breaking out of this downtrend, technically speaking, if you take a look at this lower highs that it has been making ever since it joined S&P 500, now today officially we are back above 50-day simple moving average. So what I'm watching from here for SMCI, which has moved today 16%, pretty big move. Was I anticipating that it could have done this? No, I was basically wondering last week when we were talking about this name that if it could have stayed in this range all the way till option expiration of yesterday. But also I'm sure a lot of people surprised as well that there were a lot of people bearish in this move, throughout this move actually, in S&P 500 as well. You can see back to all-time highs. We have from the bottom, if we just measure S&P 500, we'll go back to the SMCI, 7% rally non-stop from last option expiration to this option expiration, which is May 17th, pretty big. So SMCI, well, today it is back above this yellow line on my chart, represents 50-day simple moving average. You can see yellow line curling down. It is 50-day SMA. And you can see I will pull up lower moving averages, which is this blue line that is just kind of like curling down. That was 20-day moving average. So stock, excluding yesterday's move and today's move, you can see that it was staying below 20-day and it was staying below 5-day SMA. Anytime stock, I mean, this is personally my, a lot of people use it as well. My temperature gauge basically is anytime stock is above its 5-day SMA, you don't want to bet against it. You can see every time it gets back above 5-day SMA, it tries to push. Of course, right here, it did fake out. But we'll see what happens. But so far, resistance levels I'm watching for SMCI. Today, breaking out with pretty big volume. 1,000. That's your psychological level, right? And 1,050 would be the decent resistance where it. But first, 1,000. Second level to watch 150. And then I would watch 1,100, and then I would watch 1,200. These are the resistance levels for SMCI going forward if we see stock keep pushing. But I won't be surprised if it just tries to touch the 1,000 and then tries to pull back and maybe even come back, test this 50-day SMA before trying to push higher. But at the same time, it may not just go straight up until NVIDIA reports. But if NVIDIA reports good earnings and tries to carry everything else, well, don't forget that there are a lot of people who are trapped at these levels, right? There are a lot of people who will be taking profit. And 1K is psychologically big level I will be watching. Today's move made options very expensive. Going into the weekend, it is implying that it can move another $52, $53 plus or minus. And today's option activity, if we take a look at this is sentiment, right? This is basically top mentions on Reddit as well. SMCI number 14, 700% more mentions. I mean, makes sense. Stock is up double-digit percentage. And if you take a look at the option activity as well, it hasn't been here for quite some time, but today it is 61% call volume, 38% put volume, and it could be a lot of day traders taking advantage of this move. But we can take a look at the individual orders on Thinkorswim just for today, May 15th, for Wednesday, and see what's going on with, in general, like what people are betting on. So I'm seeing a bunch of short-term, ultra short-term calls that are May 17th. The only thing that is standing out, maybe 1200 call for June 21st, and then a bunch of May 24th, May 21. So it could be basically NVIDIA's earnings anticipation rally, because if you take a look at overall, like if you look at the heat map of S&P 500, you can see semiconductors were the biggest contributors and biggest gainers today. You can take a look at SOX as well. I was watching SOX in a sort of a downtrend as well, where SOX, whatever you want to look at it. So this was the downtrend. Well, it did break out a couple days ago, but 2 consecutive days of pretty big move. SMH, another semiconductor ETF, you can see it is breaking out as well, not too far away from its all-time highs. But we'll see if semiconductors have more gas in the tank. I mean, you can take the SPY QQQ a little bit higher before maybe giving some sort of a pullback next week. But that's what I'm watching. I do think that the fact that we closed even on NASDAQ at near highs, that could be telling you that today's price action was pretty strong. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Some little bit more data coming out. But that's what I'm watching for SMCI at the moment to the upside. But to the downside, well, 50-day moving average at the moment, 925. That needs to hold. And, of course, breakout level of 828. That's another level to watch if it tries to pull back. But that would be pretty big. But it might have more gas in the tank just by looking at the candle. Look at it. Very strong candle. But these videos for purely for educational entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update.